It's time to go hard or go home as we kick off the divisional playoffs on NFL Primetime. Intensity, the name of the game. The league's hardest-hitting defenses lay the lumber. The Eagles visit the monsters of the Midway. Which offense will rise to the occasion? Meanwhile, Pro Bowl quarterbacks go head-to-head in snowy Foxborough. Can their Raiders weather the storm? The Pats and Jack Frost try to shut down Oakland's dynamic duo. We heat things up next on NFL Primetime.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Primetime is Miller time. And now, here's your host, Chris Berman.
Well, welcome to the Divisional Saturday edition of NFL Primetime. Chris Berman along with Tom Jackson. Well, nothing like a little controversy, is there, at this time of the season? We are going to get everything together for this wild Patriots-Raiders game. That's why we're not starting right off with it. But let us just say this. Depending on which side of the fence you're on, it's either the immaculate incompletion or the New England snow job, like reading the French and German papers after the same day of battle in World War I or World War II. Completely different versions. We'll try and decipher it all. We'll get reaction afterwards because there will be reaction. There will be reaction. There was also plenty of reaction in the early game as the Philadelphia Eagles came to Chicago at Soldier Field as they staved off renovation at venerable Soldier Field. Partly sunny, but look, fog? No, steam coming off the heads of the players. Larry Wiggum, watch it. Donovan McNabb, Chicago native. And this is what Donovan does. It took him a quarter and a half to get this sort of game going against Tampa. In this game, Tom, he does it right away on 3rd and 9, buying time to the speedy James Thrash.
Should have been a sack, ends up being a 43-yard game.
2 plays later, 2nd and 8. McNabb to Correll General Bachparker. Clink, get it. And Walt Harris, he pulls him over to pick up a first down. And then, you know who it is. David Greenacres with the field goal. He has a pair of them now. It's 6-0. Jim Miller, second quarter, trying to make something happen. Damon Moore, who had 2 picks in the Bucs wild card game, makes this happen for the... But here's the bad thing that happened to the Bears. Miller holding his shoulder after meeting Hugh Douglas.
Yeah, Hugh Douglas thought he was going to make a tackle after the interception. Nothing cheap about that play. Legal hit, separated shoulder, Jim Miller.
So here comes Shane Matthews, the man who authored the San Francisco and Cleveland Miracles. But, Ant's limping for the Shane Matthews band. Almost intercepted by Carlos Simmons, but there's a flag on Mike Caldwell.
Yeah, and watch the hit by Caldwell on Matthews. Right there you can see he pulls off the hit, and you just think that that's such a questionable call by the officials.
But the Bears get a break, and they go for the jugular. It's Ahmad Merritt from Wisconsin. He parkways himself on the reverse all the way into the end zone. The Eagles have totally dominated the game, but the 47-yard play by the Bears gives them a 7-6 lead.
Yeah, the spot shadow right there on Hugh Douglas. He's going to flatten down the line. He had a great game. Right here goes a little too flat. The handoff to Merritt around the corner. The move on Bobby Taylor to get inside right there, and then back outside and into the end zone.
So now it's a 7-6 Bears lead with 2 minutes to go in the half, and on 3rd and 2, General Bachparker stops short, leaving the Eagles with a big decision to make. And Andy Reid says 4th and 1 towards the 35. Let's go for it. And McNabb rolls, and the second tight end is Jeff Thomason. Makes a nice catch. First down. The gamble pays off. Now, next play, 40 seconds to the half. McNabb to the regular tight end, Chad Lewis, 14 yards. Recently added a witness protection program. After a spike to stop the clock, McNabb, buying time, stutter, back, up. And then he beanies it to Cecil Martin, 13 yards. He made another great play, and the Eagles have the lead.
Donovan McNabb has great pocket presence, but watch his eyes, watch his head. He stays upfield. He keeps his eyes open, able to spot Cecil Martin waiting at the front side of the end zone. A great play again by McNabb.
So it's 13-7. Now we go to the 3rd, and here's 3rd and 2. McNabb trying to force a thresh. W. McQuarters now tipped to Jerry Azumah from New Hampshire. He really went there. 39 yards. Oh, my goodness. Again, the Eagles have totally outclassed the Bears, but they're behind 14-13. Brad Maynard had a good year. Remember him in the Super Bowl for the Giants? Not good. Here's the camera. Will the punch it? No, it'll, no. Oh, my God, it's way back there. 15-yard punt. It could not have come at a worse time. A punting miscue while Lundetta was outstanding. So on 3rd and 14, after a couple of good plays by the Bears defense, McNabb to Thomason again. Very athletic play down to the 10-yard line. It's a 30-yard pickup. 2 plays later at the 6. Deuce Staley, and no one sees him, Tom.
Yeah, and a great play by the center and the quarterback. Get the snap off, give me the football, and let me throw it.
And it's a touchdown to Staley before Warwick Holdman can get over there. It's 20-14 Eagles. And Holdman said, well, here's what happened. I really didn't think this, but it doesn't matter. Now, 23-17 after another Akers field goal. Autry Denson. And boy, those Eagles special teams, they're the best at football. Tim Houck with the big hit. It's a fumble, Eagles ball at the Bears 35. And then, from 46, David Akers, 4 for 4 on field goal, 26-17 Philly. And then it's Hugh Douglas. Boy, did he own Brockermeyer.
Yeah, Hugh Douglas has had a great playoff so far. And as we look forward to his future in the championship game, he's the guy you have to control along the Philadelphia defensive front.
And then the Shane Matthews band looking for the space between. But unfortunately for him and the Bears, it's Rashard Cook of the Eagles returning it to the 20, which sets Philly down to the 5, 3 plays later. And McNabb, in his hometown, with 3.5 to go, ices it and dunks it. All in one play. Lundetta, an intentional safety at the end of the game. But it was Philadelphia who scored 33 points on the team that allowed the least in football during the season, just 203. The Chicago Bears, the Philadelphia Eagles have won on the road where not many have done it. Last 25 years, 73 home have won, 27 road have won in this round, but Philly wins it, and 2 quarterbacks who know something about Philly championship games with one another. Jaws?
Thank you very much. Michael Jordan returns to Chicago. Donovan McNabb returns to Chicago. By all accounts, you outplayed him.
But
Your thoughts?
It was just a total team effort for all of us to come out and, stay focused on our job. Playing against a tough Chicago team, which has established themselves as one of the top defensively as well as on, on special teams and things of that nature. So our job was mainly to come out and just stay in the drive and try to come out with points every opportunity we had.
Donovan, did you feel going into the game you could make plays with your mobility outside the pocket?
I just felt if there were opportunities to get the ball out of my hands on timing to do that. And, there were some opportunities where, where I was able to step up in the pocket and just buy time for my receivers to get open, and I think I did that as well. So, you just have to pick and choose your times when you're able to move because, you have to tip your hat off to them. They did an excellent job on defense.
You're going to the NFC Championship game. How good does that feel?
Well, we're very excited about that. We set high goals in the offseason. Just being in this situation last year where things didn't turn on our way, I think the experience factor definitely helped out. But we know that we have one more game, and we have to go out and sort of lay everything on the line and make sure that, when it's all said and done, we can look back and say, I gave all that we got.
All right, congratulations on a great victory.
Thank you.
Back to the studio.
All right, Jaws. Donovan McNabb now has a chance in 2001 to do what Jaws did in the last Philly appearance in the championship game in 1980. They won a home game against Dallas. We'll see if Philly is home or on the road. But the maturation, and it's the old-fashioned way. Philly got in the playoffs last year, Tom. First time with this team, they won a game, then they lost this round. Now they've moved along. It's like another building block every year, and that, you could hear it in McNabb, the maturity.
And I think when you look at the 3 phases of the game, offense, defense, special teams, you want to win at least 2 phases of the game. They won all 3 phases, and they won them decisively. And then I think we're seeing the maturation of one of the great young quarterbacks, if not the great young quarterback in the NFL, in Donovan McNabb. And let's remember, I played with John Elway. He is a guy who has tremendous athleticism, maybe more than anyone in the league. And I know he's a little bit bigger than Cordell Stewart, a little bit faster and quicker than a Dante Culpepper. He has tremendous awareness on the field, keeps his head up, is always ready to throw, and he creates offense for his football team. And then physically, I thought they were much the more physical football team today and took it to the Bears in their building, in all 3 areas, especially Brian Mitchell.
Offense, defense, and special teams. McNabb passing and running, 299 combined. And I think that, and we've said this before, Tommy, throw out any Eagles offensive game film you have until midway through the 4th quarter of that pivotal Giant game. There's another Eagles team you're seeing right now. And for the Chicago Bears, 8 more wins than last year. You know what? This year didn't end as well as they wanted, but they can build on this like Philly did perhaps next year. Congrats to Coach of the Year, Dick Duran. But for Philadelphia, their defense gave up a touchdown today. 2 games last year, 2 games this year in the playoffs. That's the only offensive touchdown this unit has allowed. Wow.
Inside the Numbers is brought to you by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
Coming up next, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. Raiders and Patriots in the snow at night.
NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
AFC Divisional Round, there it is. And it looks like Squaw Valley outdoor hockey at the Olympics in 1960 in frosty Foxborough. Tom Brady, 14 games. Rich Gannon, 14 years. Who would emerge the victor in this one? Second quarter, no score. It's going to be rough to score in this impending New England snowstorm. Gannon to Jeremy Brigham, 10 yards. 3rd and 7, Gannon to Jerry Rice, 12 yards. 2 plays later, the Raiders feeling it. Gannon to James Jett. So it's Gannon to Jett for a touchdown. His first TD of the season. 13 yards, 7-0. Later in the second, Tom Brady picked off by Johnny Harris. Brady, who later would emerge, you'll see, at times, hey, you would expect that in his first playoff start. The time's tentative.
Yeah,
look at what they had to do.
But surprising that Gannon was throwing the ball better than Brady, at least in the first half of this football game.
Here's the third quarter. Tom and David Patton marching up the boot, 25 yards to the Oakland 30. Brady, he liked it to Patton again for 19 yards. They got a Patton on this play. Down to the 9. Brady to Patton in the end zone, runs out of room. Would have been complete in the CFL, which this looks like the Grey Cup. 3rd and goal, Brady to Rod Rutledge of all people, but it's incomplete. Field goal, Adam Vinatieri, 7-3 for the snowily clad Bill Belichick. So the Raiders lead it, and they want more. Gannon to Jerry Rice, and I like the way the Raiders answered here late in the third, down to the 29. Sebastian Janikowski, yeah, from 45. I think he's got some leg strength here. He didn't even go into it that hard. He pierces the uprights. Good. 13-3. Hey. Brady, fourth quarter. Down by 10. You're down 10 in the snow. I don't care that you're home. It's Patton for a first down. Brady to Kevin Falk. Falk and J.R. Redmond becoming factors for New England. Brady to Jermaine Wiggins from East Boston, who seemingly leaped every time he caught the ball. Troy Brown and
Band of renown.
8 yards. Next play, Brady feeling it for sure. Pump, Wiggins, first down. Next play, Brady, shotgun. Patton, 11 yards, first down. Next play, Brady, Patton, but Wiggins is there from East Boston. Next play, Brady, Patton, first down, 6-yard gain. Next play, Brady, Wiggins from East Boston, 4 yards. Next play, Brady, scrambling, buying time, touchdown, and like a kid in the snow, whoop! 10 plays, 67 yards, Brady 9 for 9 on the drive. It's 13-10. 2:24 left in the fourth, 3rd and 1. Zach Crockett stopped short. Shane Leckler punts to the chagrin of John Gruden. And it's hard to make a cut, but what a big play Troy Brown makes. But it's a fumble. But Larry Izzo, Johnny on the spot for the Patriots. So here comes New England. Down 3 with the win. Brady hit by Charles Woodson. His Michigan teammate, Beekert, recovers the fumble. They call on the field, Oakland ball. The dream is over. But take a look. Was it an incomplete pass or a fumble? That you can't really see. Then after, wait, now look here. Does he try to pull it in? But remember, the call on the field is a fumble. And after the review, they call it incomplete, Tom. And then Adam Vinatieri, several plays later, 40-foot, oh my God! It barely went over 10 feet, but it's good. 45 yards, We're tied at 13. Look out! Get dying! It's good. And we go to overtime. And the Patriots win the toss if you can find the coin. So remember, Oakland has not had the ball after the call was reversed. Patriots toss, then Brady. J.R. Redmond. The only thing you can see is a redwood in this snowstorm. Into Raider territory. Brady. Jermaine Wiggins, it's 4 yards and a completion. 4th and 4 at the 28. Figure a punt does no good. Belichick gambles. Brady to Patton. First down. The poise of this young man in his first playoff game. Finally, they get inside the 10. No snowplow, but every Patriot clears it. Vinatieri, good, good. 23-yard field goal. The Raiders, with a 10-point lead, see the Patriots come back in a game for many reasons they'll be talking about for a long, long time. 25 years ago, Sugar Bear Hamilton was called for a questionable playoff call that enabled the Raiders to move and win against the Patriots. Could 25 years later everything be reversed? That's the Raiders' point of view. But for the Pats, Tom Brady, hero with Sal Paolantonio.
All right, Boomer, Tom Brady, incredible comeback by this team. How were you able to hold together the poise, the execution, the drive that tied the score up with that field goal?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of plays in the game that we needed to step up and make them, and I think there were opportunities there that we really weren't executing as well as we should have. And you know, for one reason or another, this team finds ways to win, and with the defense coming up with huge stops, like they did there on that 3rd and 1, and Troy returning the punt, and just Adam kicking a field goal, it's just all-around team win.
Going to the AFC Championship game, did you ever think at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, certainly we did. I knew what we were capable of. I mean, we had a great team, a lot of great veteran leadership, and it's starting to come together for us.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Back to you, Boomer.
Sal, Tom, thank you. Brady, you saw his stats, 32 of 52 for 312 in a snowstorm, just the 1 interception. It's interesting that the Patriots went to the air when their ground game, which they thought would work, did not work. But everyone's talking about the immaculate incompletion or the New England snow job. Certainly those at the game.
In my opinion, it was a fumble, but I don't obviously understand how that play is looked at. So I'm not going to stand up here tonight and dispute what occurred, but I felt it was a fumble. We got off the field. We forced a 45-yard field goal, and Vinatieri made it. An incredible kick as time was running down at the end of regulation. And they got the ball in overtime, and they had momentum, and they made some plays when they had to.
Oh, his arm was going forward, but, you know, it's that plays out of our hands because it was under 2 minutes, so, you know, it was strictly in the replay.
Bull. You know, that's exactly how I feel. I feel it was a bull call. Never should have been overturned. The guy, you know, he pumped the ball, brought it back down. You know, maybe he was starting to want to bring it back up to throw it again, but I hit him before he had a chance to do that. The ball came out, game over.
I feel like we had one taken away from us, and it's just unfortunate. And like I said, I'm gonna let you guys, you know, say the reason why. But you know, it's unfortunate. We worked hard, and I feel like we deserve to win this football game.
Well, first of all, Gruden total class, as you would expect. Second of all, Charles Woodson, for a Michigan teammate at Brett. I mean, they know each other inside out, and you understand, Tom, because I was surprised, given the first call was Raiders ball and a fumble, that it was overturned. Were you?
Well, I wasn't so much surprised. I think we have to analyze what we saw. I think that certainly the officials are not able to judge intent as we are. I thought that the intent of the quarterback, Tom Brady, was to pull the ball back in and that it was a fumble. But they judged not the intent, but that his arm was going forward. They overruled the call, and then after the overrule, those of us who were watching the game, you saw a shot from very close up the front side of Brady where it looked like the ball actually touched his other hand, with then taking the intent out of it. The call had already been overruled. Unfortunately, that's the way the game goes sometimes.
Lost in this conversation is the level of play, Tom, in a very rough, to say the least, very difficult conditions.
One turnover. I was amazed at how efficient both football teams were under the conditions that they played in today. An outstanding job by the Raiders coming into very hostile territory and playing as well as they played. And congratulations to the Patriots.
But it's the Patriots who move on. The first game ever in that stadium 31 years ago was a win over the Oakland Raiders. If Pittsburgh wins on Sunday, the last game in that stadium will be a win by the Patriots over the Oakland Raiders. Odd. When we return, more on this game. We've got game balls. We've got plenty to talk about on certainly a day we'll remember in the divisional playoff annals. Stay with us.
How do you not give a game ball to Donovan McNabb? Look at the numbers there. 2 touchdowns, ran for another one, 37 yards, 299 yards total.
And Tom Brady, second half and overtime, led the Patriots in his first postseason game to a win that'll long be talked about in the snow over the Raiders. When we return, one of the heroes for the Pats, Adam Vinatieri, the tying and winning field goals. We'll hear from him.
Time is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time. And in part by Visa. It's everywhere NFL fans want to be.
The 16th overtime playoff game in the history of the NFL, won by the Patriots in the snow on a field goal by Adam Vinatieri, whose 45-yarder tied it. He's with our Sal Paolantonio.
Well, it was a little nerve-wracking, in the situation with a couple inches of snow on the ground and just knowing that you're going to have to get good footing and get the ball up in the air. And the guys did a great job blocking up front. My snapper, my holder did a great job. And once the ball was up in the air, I knew it was straight enough. Then I just had to wait to see if it was going to be long enough. And thank goodness it happened out the right way.
Well, so heroes meaning Vinatieri, heroes being Brady. 26 of 39 since halftime for Brady. And then Donovan McNabb, the continued maturation of him. We saw some teams take some steps today, although it's too bad that this game will more be remembered for the big debate.
Well, I think those are the keys. We saw Donovan McNabb and the Eagles, as you said, take that step forward. And we saw Tom Brady, I think, again, we saw his poise and how it affects his football team. It's contagious. He's an outstanding quarterback.
You ready for some more football?
I'm ready for more tomorrow.
Later today?
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got Sunday NFL Countdown at 11:30 a.m. for an hour, and, of course, our regular start time on NFL Primetime at 7:30. Rams Pack, Ravens Steelers. Here we go. For Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. Whoa. Billy Pito, Digger. Next, College Hoops Tonight.